This is a special presentation of Tiger Sports on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230 and 101.9 FM.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk 1230 101.9. Into Los Lunas High School, or I should say just outside Los Lunas High School, as the Alamogordo Tigers getting ready to face off against the Los Lunas Tigers in a matchup of two teams that are very familiar with one another. We've seen this game pretty much every year for the past, 10, 15, probably even longer than that years. So very, very familiar with each other, and we'll be excited to see what happens in this matchup. Both teams coming off a victory in Week 1. Tigers had the exciting comeback against Silver, 36-29, and Los Lunas cruised past their county rival Belen, 56-6. That series hasn't been very competitive in recent years. Any of the Valencia County high schools have had a hard time running with Los Lunas, who, of course, won a 5A state championship a few years ago and have now moved up to 6A and would like to duplicate that at the 6A level at some point in the near future. So we'll see if they can do that. Tigers, of course, are wanting to get back to the playoffs this year. They got off to a good start last week, and now they face, I feel like, a bit of a different test. Los Lunas is definitely going to have a size advantage on the line. Just watching in the pregame, they're big. They've got a lot of size on both the offensive and defensive line, but the Tigers will have to find a way to overcome that. The Tigers have good size on the defensive line. I think it's at the second level where it may get a little challenging for them. They've got a lot of quality skill players. It's definitely a new group of skill players for Los Lunas this year, in that they've got a new quarterback. The running back wide receiver group is a little bit different than last season, so it's a bit of an adjustment for them. But Los Lunas is starting to become one of those programs that the quality of athletes that they have rolling through here is pretty darn impressive. So we'll look forward to seeing what we get tonight. We got cloudy weather. We're crossing our fingers. There's storms at least in the area so far. And take our first commercial break, and we'll come back and we'll check in with Alamogordo Tigers head football coach A.J. Sisko. You're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show right here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230 101.9. And stay with us. Coach Sisko's interview coming up.
It's Tiger football season. All of us at Otero Federal Credit Union are supporting the athletes and coaches, and we know they're going to have a great season. We hope you'll stop by one of our great branches and take advantage of all our services: checking, savings, vehicle loans, credit cards, and so much more. It's also simple and easy to bank with us online anytime. Download the OFCU app today or visit oterofcu.org. OFCU, your community credit union since 1953. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard, or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company. Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 1st, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Next International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
If you and your family are looking for a new home, you don't have to look far for a home mortgage. As a community bank, we not only have great rates, we offer you friendly financial service right here in the neighborhood. There are a lot of options in real estate lending. We're here to see that you get a loan you can live with. Talk to us about your home mortgage. We're an equal housing lender. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Custom work is what Ochoa Stucco does best. Whether you need an estimate for your home or business, you won't find better quality work anywhere. Contact Ochoa Stucco today. Like them on Facebook, 575-442-6745. Go Tigers!
Tularosa Communication is now offering the smart Wi-Fi with built-in network security and enhanced parental controls. Do you have kids at home that you want to protect from overexposure on the internet? Block content, set internet time limits, or app and website restrictions for each family member in the house. Get notified when you have a network intrusion and reroute bandwidth to devices that matter the most, all from an app on your phone. Take control of your internet with Tularosa Communications. Visit tularosa.net or call 585-2700 for more information.
The nice thing about that game last week, there was a lot of things that you could talk to the guys about this week about what they needed to improve, I would assume.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I told you from the start is we got a bunch of young guys that got to grow up and have never been in that situation, and to see the resiliency from our stupid mistakes costing us. But our kids fought hard. I couldn't be proud of them for down by 14 twice. And just continue to put your nose down to the grindstone and go about our business, and then end up making plays when we need to, which is something that we haven't done consistently in this program since I've been here in those tough situations. But and that's a quality football team. So there's a dang good football team. They might be better than they were last year.
And there's something to be said about the fact that I think there have been previous years where you guys would have that little stretch where you gave up 15 points in a matter of 20 seconds, and that in that quarter, and the team might have folded, and they never did. And I mean, it was still a 15-point lead for Silver in the second half, and the guys just kept fighting. And defense made plays, offense made plays, special teams made plays. It was very much an all-around effort.
It was, and we were proud of our kids for that. And we tell our kids, you take away 20 seconds in special teams, and that game's now 36-15, and it kind of feels how it kind of played out after that. But like I said, our staff did a good job of just keeping our kids focused and keep doing what we're doing. We didn't go in and do anything crazy at halftime and make a whole bunch of adjustments. We just got our kids to buy in to keep playing where we're supposed to play, and good things will happen to us. And it's that old mindset that I was taught a long time ago: just put your nose to the grindstone and keep going, and don't worry about things until the end.
Maybe the most explosive offense I've seen since you've been here. The possibilities in terms of what you guys can do running and throwing the football.
That was the goal, and then we got skilled kids now, and we can spread them out, and we've done enough with this offense. And what we did last week, and when we put this whole new offense in last year to go really fast, we went really fast all the time, and I thought we did a very good job of controlling tempo last week, of making sure that if we were in a bad situation that we got a good play call in. And then at times when we went fast, we could go really fast still, and our kids handled that. And that was something that we talked as a staff that we had to improve on, was controlling tempo.
And defensively, we kind of wondered with the linebacking core that you had last year being gone, how the team would react. I thought they reacted really well. I thought the defense, for the most part, played very well. They had a couple of third and longs that they gave up. But outside of that, it was a very solid effort. And of course, what you guys did a ton last year, which was force turnovers, did that again.
Yeah, and that's the goal. We're going to keep stuff in front. We're going to be very sound at what we do, very disciplined, and then try to get the ball back. And then it's our job offensively to take care of that when we get the ball back. And our linebacking core was young, and they showed it at times last week when you go back and watch the film of. But we knew that going in. Those are the struggles we're going to have when you're playing a bunch of sophomores and juniors. But we're going to get Mason back full time this week, which will definitely help us out. We were very impressed with Devontae Bosterman and Noel Garza and how well they played, especially for Boston, his first time. And so that gives us a lot of confidence. And like I told you, our D-line, and then secondary-wise, we had one big screw-up in the secondary. And then, when you have Dre and Audette, they kind of alleviate a lot of problems out there for you.
I mean, you guys have to feel like in maybe one of your best positions to go on the road and beat a Los Lunas team just based on what you saw in week one.
Yeah, and that's our confidence to our kids. And we go back to the Silver game, winning that game. There's a good chance they're going to win district, and that's a win over district champ, which is criteria point, and that's a quality football team. And we have the same opportunity going this week, going to Los Lunas. There's a good chance they're going to win their district, and it's a big game for us in that regard, and going into the playoffs and for seeding. So they're well coached. Coach Eddington's done a great job in his 3 years there, and getting them rolling, and they're dang sure big. They're dang sure strong, and there's dang sure a whole bunch of them. So we do have our hands full. They might not be nearly as explosive as they have been, but they might be more physical. Their offensive line is extremely physical, and they got after Belen last week, and we've definitely got our hands full up front trying to stop the run.
And it's certainly a little bit different. I mean, Searman's was such a difference maker for them last year. They don't quite have that level at quarterback this year. But I think that's the next question for you guys is, Silver wasn't huge. Now you go up against a team that's maybe a little bit bigger on the lines. How do you guys try to handle that and deal with that this week?
We got to do what we do. Our defensive line is big and strong, and we got to match up. And then our linebackers may be undersized, so we have to do some things to account for that and make sure we put them in situations where they're not getting stick blocked by a 300-pound tackle that's 6'3". Yeah. That's a bad situation for us. So we're excited for the challenge. I mean, you go back to Searman. Searman's was such a stud for that place, and I mean, if I had to compare him to anybody, it'd be like Pavia when he was at St. Pius Volcano. The kid was just a winner, and Searmans does that. And then he's gone, and now they got a kid, and he's a bigger kid. He's a stronger, a longer kid. We've seen him play one time, so we don't have a whole lot in. But he's very athletic as well. I mean, it's not like they're hurting for athletes running around that place. But we got to do a good job defensively, get off the field, not extend drives, not let them just bang on us for 4 quarters because that will wear us down. And then offensively, we got to do the same thing. We got to force them to play sideline to sideline and put pressure on them. And our challenge to everybody and our challenge to the kids this week is don't let anybody play straight zero on us. I mean, we got to be able to scare people throwing the football and force people to have to get into the zone.
And I know, getting a win over Los Lunas, I think, would be big for the program. But do you guys view it any differently than, hey, they're just who was on our schedule next, and we got to go try and get a win?
No, I mean, like I said, for the playoff aspect of it, yeah, it'd be huge because they got a good shot to win their district, and you get those criteria points. But in our reality, I mean, it's Friday night. That's who's on the schedule. That's who we have to play. And then next week it'll get shifted to somebody else. Any win's a big win. And as frustrated as we may have been on Friday with how that played out and we put ourselves in bad situations, I mean, at the end of the day, hey, we'll take a victory. It's better than an L. So, and it was a coaching point. So anytime we can get a win, and that's what we're going to do, is try to get a win against a quality football team, a top 10 team in the state, that'll host a playoff game. I mean, they're up there and they're recent state champions. So, I mean, we got our hands full, but it's a good task for us and it's a good experience for our kids. And you go from playing silver to Los Lunas, and now we're getting to see, hey, this is the level we got to get at to be in the 6A playoffs and to compete with our district. And so it's a very good test to get ready for district.
You're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show here on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230 1019. Getting ready for tonight's kickoff. The coin toss is happening right now at center field. Yeah. The Tigers and the Tigers. We will do our best, or I will do my best to try and say Alamo and Los Lunas, to not confuse you or myself for that matter. So, looks like Los Lunas has chosen to receive. They will go from right to left, which is from south to north, and some shaking of hands, and it looks like we'll be ready for the national anthem. So, Alamogordo Tigers are in their road whites with the black numerals, gold outlining, black helmets. Los Lunas in their blue home jerseys and pants, white numerals, and orange outlining and blue helmets. We'll come back. You're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230 1019.
Hometown pride. At the Winter Circle, we've got a lot of it. Your one-stop shop for high school sports apparel, letter jackets, polos, hats, and so much more. Get custom embroidery, special t-shirt prints, and flags. Need something for your business, team, or personal use? We've got you covered.
Hey, this is Alfred.
This is Angela from the Winter Circle.
It's time to get out and support Alamogordo Tigers and all area teams. Stop by for a Tiger t-shirt and let's fill the stands.
Go Tigers! Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street.
You've worked hard. Who deserves a vacation more than you? Our credit union says nobody. Talk to us about a relaxing vacation loan. We're member-owned and not-for-profit. For a vacation so relaxing, even the loan is stress-free. Loco Credit Union. We belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
Otero Federal Credit Union and you. It's an amazing combination. We love providing you with the best in banking in the area. Get low interest credit cards and vehicle loans. Make your day-to-day simpler with online access to your checking and savings, or pay bills with one-click ease through the OFCU app. If you want to stop by one of our great branches, we have a fantastic staff ready to help you with all your banking needs. Visit us online anytime at oterofcu.org. OFCU, your community credit union since 1953. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard, or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company. Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 1st, get 50 to 100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Next International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
84 Lumber is a name and a company you can trust as your hometown building partner, providing the quality you expect and the service you deserve. Visit the Alamogordo location at 3401 North White Sands Boulevard or 84lumber.com to get started on your next home project.
You're listening to Alamos Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. Welcome back to Los Lunas. And we are just about ready for this evening's kickoff. The color guard for Los Lunas is currently making their way off the field after the national anthem performed by the Los Lunas High School Band. It is homecoming tonight for Los Lunas. And there's always that belief, at least at high school football, when you schedule somebody for homecoming, it's somebody that you feel like you should beat. If it gets you a little bit of extra motivated, that's all right. So the Los Lunas offense will start things. Damasio Kanashiro, the quarterback, 9 of 13 for 170 yards and 2 touchdowns, did throw a pick in last week's win over Belen. Ethan Olguin, 6 catches for 124 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kind of picking up where they left off from last season in a team that seems to be very good at being ball hawking. They get 2 interceptions, one from Anthony Audette, one from DeAndre Martin. Pretty normal from last year. Those 2 guys made big plays all season long. Efrain Hernandez, who got his first start at safety, forced a fumble. Hergenrader at linebacker picked up that fumble. And the Tigers did force another fumble. I unfortunately did not see who recovered that. I meant to ask Coach Cisco that this week, and I forgot. So Aiden Vasquez is going to kick things off for the Tigers, who did very well. This will be interesting to watch as well. The Tigers' special teams unit last week had a rough day, so we'll see what they decide to do on their kickoffs. And it's short into the near side to the 30, and breaking through but not getting a whole lot further is number 2, Fabian Trujillo, and he will take it to about midfield. I tell you, if I'm the Tigers, I'm thinking kick it out of bounds. I think giving it to him at the 35 is not a bad strategy, to be honest, but it is what it is. All right, here we go. Los Lunas offensively comes out with 2 wide receivers, 1 split out to each side. Ball's on the near hash. Running back behind the quarterback, Kanashiro, and a lead back off to the right. Out of the shotgun, takes the snap and hands it off, runs straight up the middle, and brought down after some positive yardage is number 23 for Los Lunas, Emi De La Torre, as he will take it to the Alamogordo side of the field at the 47, a gain of 5, and second down and 5 for Los Lunas. Not using a whole lot of tempo, at least here to start, is Los Lunas. They've gone to the sideline and gotten the call and will come back out. 2 wide receivers are Ethan Olguin to the top side, Fabian Trujillo to the bottom. And I think the snap is Kanashiro. He hands it off again, and Tigers with a solid tackle in the backfield. Getting back there is Hergenrader. Got some help late from Rusty Davidson. And that's going to be a gain of maybe 1. And so it'll bring up a 3rd and 4 for Los Lunas. Ball's still in near hash. They've gone to the near side of the offensive line. So far, the defensive line's done a nice job. See if the Tigers can get off the field on 3rd and 4. 2 wide receivers now split to the bottom. Man in motion from left. And he will come up about a yard short as he went off right tackle on the jet sweep. And he'll get to the Alamogordo 43-yard line. A pickup of 3, and it looks like Los Lunas is going to stay on the field here. If anything, maybe try to force the Tigers to jump. Or maybe try to get behind that line with about a yard to go for a first down. Kanashiro takes the snap, hands it off. Coming to the near side, Tigers are in the backfield. Can they stop him? They do. Alamogordo behind the line, slashing in was Mason Pittman to make the tackle for the Tigers. And Alamogordo makes a big play on 4th and short. It's going to be 2-yard loss. The handoff going to Howard on the play. And the Tigers, the Alamogordo Tigers, the ball after an impressive defensive stand as they forced Los Lunas to go 4 and out. Alamogordo will get the ball on their own 44-yard line. So the Tigers last week got an amazing effort from Elijah Montoya through 4 touchdown passes, 2 to DeAndre Martin, 2 to Jason Warren. Alamogordo comes out in a 3-wide receiver set, 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. The running back to the right of Montoya is Valdez. Here comes the handoff. Valdez going straight up the middle, and he'll fall forward for positive yardage across the 45 to the 46. It'll be a gain of 2. Valdez carried it 20. And so the Tigers, again, run it straight up the middle. Valdez with about a 2-yard gain on the last carry. This time he'll bring it across midfield and take it to the 49. That's a gain of 5. And the Tigers will have a 3rd down and 3. Quickly to the line of scrimmage again. 2 wide receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Montoya snaps a little high. It's a speed option to the left. And he is going to be hemmed up there. He had the chance to flip it to the outside to Audette, decided to hold it, and ends up going for a loss. And he certainly, I think maybe he was concerned about trying to pitch it out in that direction because there was a defender, at least in the area, that maybe could have got his hand on it. So I think he was playing a bit conservatively in that spot from up. Here it looked like he could have gotten it. You know, when you're down there on the field, it looks something completely different. So it ends up going for a loss of 4 for the Tigers, and Alamogordo will punt with Aiden Vasquez standing at his own 36-yard line. And pretty good boot, high and hanging. And that is received at the 15. There's a penalty flag down, and Trujillo working his way up the field. He's to the 50, and Vasquez makes a nice play to stop him at the 40. I think we're probably going to see a holding penalty on one of the Los Lunas players, and so this one will come back. Ends up going for about a 33-yard punt. The return taking it all the way down to the Alamogordo 38-yard line. But I assume that this is going to be on Los Lunas. Looked like the official was explaining to one of the Los Lunas players what happened on the play and why he threw the penalty. Holding on Los Lunas. So Los Lunas gets called for their first penalty of the game and the first penalty of the game overall. I was reading something. I got to give a shout-out to the athletics department here at Los Lunas High School. Some of the rule changes that have gone on. I didn't realize that holding penalties now are not from the spot of the foul. They're from, at least on an offensive play. They will be here from the spot of the foul. But on an offensive play, it's the previous line of scrimmage. So you're not going to have, if a holding penalty happens 5-10 yards behind the line of scrimmage, it's not going to push a team back 20 yards. I like that change. I think that's a positive. The handoff and bouncing it to the near side and making one man miss and making a second man miss. The ball is on the ground, and Alamogordo is saying that they have it. And let's see. The officials are talking it over. Are they going to say that he was down by contact? Okay. They say that the runner was down by contact. The Tigers do not get the fumble. It's a 9-yard gain on carry for Jordan Howard. And it'll be a 2nd down and 1 for Los Lunas. 8:07 to go in the first quarter on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And we have no score. Los Lunas went 4 and out. Alamogordo Tigers went 3 and out. And Los Lunas now back to their 2-wide receiver set with the lead back off to the right. Running back is to the left of Kanashiro. Takes the snap, hands it off. It's Howard again. And he goes in between right tackle and guard with a good burst of speed out of the backfield. And he is going to be brought down as he crosses the 25-yard line and gets out to the 28. And that'll be a gain of 9. We do have a penalty flag on the far side. On the far sideline back at the 15. And we're going to see an illegal formation on Los Lunas. So it looks like maybe they didn't have something set up correctly. And so a second penalty here in the quarter for Los Lunas, and we'll do it again. It's back to the 16-yard line. It'll bring up a second down and 6. 7:46 to go here in the quarter, and Los Lunas will have to do that again. They'll line up with the 2 wide receivers to the top. I think they didn't have somebody in the line of scrimmage. 1 wide receiver to the bottom. Lead back off to the right. Just 5 offensive linemen this time. And it's a pistol look. Kanashiro takes the snap, and he'll hand it off to De La Torre, and he is going nowhere. Maybe gets to the 15, maybe to the 16. And a number of players in the wash there to make the stop, including number 54, Noel Garza, 52, Kamarian Morales in there. And the Tigers, the Alamogordo Tigers, put Los Lunas at a 3rd and 5. Ball on their own 15-yard line after the 1-yard gain from De La Torre. Neither team has yet to pick up an offensive first down. Los Lunas fakes the handoff, and kind of sheer looking to throw. Going. There was no contact there, and they let that one go. There wasn't a whole. He tried to readjust and go back towards the sideline. He was more going up the middle of the field. And the pass incomplete on the first throw of the night from either side. And up to this point in the game, with 6:42 to go in the first quarter of the Richardson Motor scoreboard, both defenses have stood tall, yet to allow a first down. Here's the punt, and the Tigers with some pretty good pressure, but they get it off in time. And the ball is going to roll. Tigers going to have to get out of the way of that. It's not an awful roll, but it does go all the way down to the 27-yard line. And that ends up being a 35, that's almost a 52-yard punt there. Not bad. No, they're going to say 50, 58. Sure, why not 58? Aaron Pyle is their punter and kicker for Los Lunas. 6:27 to go first quarter, and no score. Alamogordo will start on their own 27-yard line. So for Los Lunas, a positive that they've flipped the field a bit here. Alamogordo, I'm sure, was hoping for a bit better field position, but it was a good punt. There were a lot of players that the Tiger returner would have had to come in traffic and try to catch the ball, and I think the smart move there was just to let that go. Man in motion from the near side to the far side. Handoff will go to Valdez, who puts his head down straight ahead and gets to the 30. That's going to be a gain of about 2 for Avion. He's got 3 carries for 9 yards early on. Tigers back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a second down and 7. 2 wide receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. Los Lunas, 3 down linemen. And again, they hand it off. Valdez straight at the middle. Valdez has got a hold to the 40, to the 45, and he's brought down at the 50-yard line. First down, Alamogordo to the Los Lunas 49-yard line. It's a gain of 21, and the first down of this game on either side is the Tigers break one, and they are right back to the line of scrimmage. Los Lunas almost looked like they weren't ready there. Now they're up to the line of scrimmage. And here's the handoff, and Valdez again. And he's making some moves in the backfield and was able to juke out of the way of a couple of defenders. Check that was Audette on the carry that time. Made 1 or 2 guys miss and ends up with, looks like 2 yards on the carry. Yeah, we'll give him 3. Second down and, let's say 8. Yeah, that's what the scoreboard says. So second down and 8. 2 wide receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. And they fake the handoff. Quick throw to the outside. It's complete. And straight ahead, and another first down for Alamogordo. Good blocking in front of number 17 for the Tigers, Michael Gonzalez, as he gets all the way to the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 12. And the Tigers ready to go once again. Alamogordo with the first down. Here comes the handoff to Audette to the left side. Audette crosses the 30. Oh, does the ball out? Everybody's reacting like it is, or was he down first? And I think the officials are going to say he was down by contact prior to the fumble, and it'll be a gain of 6. Oh, no, they're going to say that it's a fumble by the Tiger, by Alamogordo. Well, nobody called anything, and I think if you're Alamogordo, you're really frustrated that they didn't call the fumble on the opposite end for Los Lunas. And Coach Sisko not happy with the official on the near sideline who came in and said that he thought the ball came out before Audette was down. I couldn't tell from up here. And understandably so, you feel like that you didn't get the call on a previous play similar to it. And man in motion from right to left. Here comes the handoff. And in the backfield quickly, Rusty Davidson makes a tackle for loss as he drops Fabian Trujillo. And the Alamogordo defense right away reacts, and that's a loss all back 24-yard line. It's a loss of 5 on the carry. Yeah, I honestly could not tell whether that ball was out beforehand. As Los Lunas back to pass, Kaneshiro with throw, and he completes it, and it's the 40. It's a gain of 16 on the completion. As Los Lunas picks up the first down. A 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line, going right to left. 4:05 to go in the first quarter, and we've got a timeout that's going to be called by Coach Hennington on the Los Lunas sideline, and they will talk things over. We'll fit in a quick break. It is Los Lunas 0, Alamogordo 0, as both defenses have made some big plays here early. And Alamogordo's offense got going on that previous drive. Los Lunas trying to do the same here. We'll be right back.
Sometimes you just need a loan. Your daughter Debbie is getting married. Your son Toby needs a new tuba. Let's face it, families cost money. Things come up that you had no way of predicting. We make personal loans for occasions like this to people who have good credit. So next time you find yourself connected to the unexpected, stop in and see us about a personal loan, subject to credit approval.
First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 12:30, 101.9. Richardson Motor scoreboard shows no score. 4:03 to go in the first. Los Lunas with a 1st and 10 from their own 40. Kaneshiro puts a man in motion from left to right, and he's going to keep it as he faked the handoff to Trujillo, goes straight ahead, and Kaneshiro is going to have a first down as he crosses the 50 to the 49-yard line. His first carry of the night. It's a gain 11, and Los Lunas with another first down. Already their second first down, and both those coming on this drive. Let's see if Alamogordo's defense can maybe force a turnover of their own to match what Los Lunas' defense did on that previous drive. 2 wide receivers to the bottom for Los Lunas. Ball's on the far hash. Kaneshiro takes the snap, hands it off, and coming to the near side and breaking into the open and getting tripped down as he crosses the 30 out to the 25-yard line. That one went off left guard, and it goes all the way to the Alamogordo 27-yard line. That is a gain of 22. 29 yards rush, Jordan Howard on his 3rd carry of the night. 1st and 10 for Los Lunas. 2 wide receivers at the top, lead backs off to the right. Empty to the near side. Ball's between the hashes as Kaneshiro takes the snap, running back to his left. And he gives it again to Howard. And Howard, with a big burst of speed out of the backfield, is going to have a lot of yardage as he crosses the 20 to the 19. And he'll get a gain of 9. We'll say one thing that's very positive for Alamogordo is they have been able to move the ball offensively. Just haven't had the continuity. We saw that on their second drive. Los Lunas having their best offensive drive of the night. 2 wide receivers at the bottom. Lead back off to the left, running back to the right. And Kaneshiro pulled it on the RPO, and Antoinette is going to tackle him. I think it was the right call because I will say Pittman was into the backfield quickly on Howard, but Audette read the play well from his corner position and came in and make the stop for a 1-yard loss. And it'll be 3rd down and about 2 for Los Lunas. 2:10 to go in the first quarter on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, and all zeros still as each team's trying to break through. from the far hash. Kaneshiro takes the snap and hands it off. Howard's got the first down, still running with it, and is finally brought down from behind by number 52 of the Tigers, Kamarian Morrill. But it's going to be a first down for Los Lunas. There is a timeout on the field. And it looks like the Los Lunas player, and it might be Howard, because Morale got in there and he brought him down in sort of an awkward position. And it's going to be a gain of 12 on the play, but it is an injury timeout. And he's getting up to his feet now, so maybe just rolled his ankle, but he's not putting any weight on his right foot at the moment. Hopping off the field is number 7, Jordan Howard, who has gashed the Tigers, especially on this drive. And Los Lunas will have a first and goal from the Alamogordo 8. 1:15 remaining on the Richardson Motor scoreboard here in quarter number 1. Los Lunas on the doorstep trying to get on the board. Their third offensive drive of the game. Both defenses had made stops. Los Lunas had gone 4 and out and 3 and out. Alamogordo went 3 and out and then was driving and fumbled. Kaneshiro takes the snap, hands it off. Del Torre moves from the right side of the line and gets tripped up as he's moving across the line to the left on the counter run. Gets to the 5-yard line, maybe down to the 4. Yeah, they may give him the 3, actually. So it's a gain of 5. And he'll get to the 3 with a second down and goal now for Los Lunas. Clock rolling with 1:24 remaining in the quarter. And we've got timeout on the field. And who called it? Okay, well, they rolled the clock then. Somebody called timeout. Maybe there was an equipment issue or something. We're ready to go, though. Ball is on the near hash at the 3-yard line of Alamogordo. Los Lunas is taking Kaneshiro out of the game. They've got number 44 in at quarterback. He'll take it and run straight ahead, and he'll bowl in for the touchdown. Gage Marquez, the 6'1", 230-pound junior, is able to get into the end zone for a 3-yard touchdown. And Los Lunas has themselves in front 6-0 with 55 seconds remaining in the quarter. And they will line up in a fake formation and then set up for the extra point. Snap there, kick is up, and it appears to be good and is. 7-0 Los Lunas with 55 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And we'll see if Alamogordo can answer when we come back. On the Richardson Motor scoreboard, Tigers down by 7. And we'll be right back. You're listening to Tiger Football on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. AlamoSportsandTalk.com. And on the Exciter Media app. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight.
Slow internet again? Signal constantly dropping? Don't take it out on your computer. Instead, call Tularosa Communications for internet stress relief. They have the speed and the reliability to make your internet dreams come true. If you want fast, they have faster. If you want service you can rely on, they are the most reliable. And customer service? It's all about you. Call Tularosa Communications to get connected. 585-2700.
Hometown pride. At the Winter Circle, we've got a lot of it. Your one-stop shop for high school sports apparel, letter jackets, polos, hats, and so much more. Get custom embroidery, special t-shirt prints, and plaques. Need something for your business, team, or personal use? We've got you covered.
Hey, this is Alfred.
This is Angelo from the Winter Circle.
It's time to get out and support Alamogordo Tigers and all area teams. Stop by for a Tiger t-shirt and let's fill the stands.
Go Tigers! Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 12:30, 101.9. Alamogordo's offense will get the ball back here with 55 seconds left in the first quarter. And another kickoff here for, actually the first kickoff for Los Lunas, as Nathan Martinez will kick it short. And that is grabbed by Valdez. Valdez breaks one tackle at the 30 and then is spun down and fights forward to the 34. And the Alamogordo Tigers will have a drive start at their own 34. 7-0 Los Lunas, 49 seconds remaining in the first quarter. After the 3-yard Gage Marquez touchdown run, got the big linebacker in there to run that in. Alamo did a lot of that last year with Stovall and Mayberry. I think he's a linebacker. I'm sure maybe he's a defensive lineman. I have to look for him on the field now. Yeah, he's a linebacker. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom for Alamogordo. Ball's in the far hash as Montoya waits the snap in the shotgun, running back to his right. And he will hand it off, and Audette bouncing it to the near side. Audette trying to make a second man miss and look to get to the sideline and stretch out the play even further, but Los Lunas number 46, Aiden Martinez, the outside linebacker, came up and made the play. And for Alamogordo, solid yardage on first down. Looks like they've got about 5. And good to put the ball back in Audette's hands right away after the fumble. Alamogordo not moving fast on this. And I think they may be able to, I don't think they're going to let it run out to the quarter here. Montoya, a little bit of a high snap, gives it to Valdez, who powers straight up the middle, but he is going to be pushed back after probably gaining a yard. They're going to give him out to the 41, actually, so that's a gain of 2. And that'll be the end of the first quarter on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Los Lunas in front 7-0. We'll have a 3rd and 3 coming up for the Alamogordo Tigers when we return. You're listening to Tiger Football on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. We'll be back right after this.
When you open a youth savings account for your child or grandchild at our credit union, you'll be starting them on a lifetime of smart financial decisions. They'll learn that our credit union is there to help them in the future. We are member-owned and not-for-profit, so there's no better place to save. Loco Credit Union, we belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
Ochoa Stucco serves residential and commercial projects all throughout this wonderful community. Whether you're looking for some patching up or a complete stucco on your home or business, Ochoa Stucco has you covered. 575-442-6745. Go Tigers!
Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 1st, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Next International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Talk 12:30, and it's a big mistake in the backfield from Alamogordo as the handoff went to Valdez, and his own teammate who was coming across the formation pretty much just laid him out. Not sure who that was that contacted him, but coming out of the quarter break, that's not great for Alamogordo. 5-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. Now, frustrating for sure for Alamogordo. And some type of miscommunication. Now, who that was on, couldn't tell you. Vasquez just gets off the punt, end over end, and it'll bounce at about the 20, and on one hop taking it and coming to the nearest Trujillo, and up the near sideline. Tigers will try and grab him, but we do have a penalty flag behind the play. Trujillo goes in the end zone, but I think they're going to call a block in the back on, I believe it was number 17 for Los Lunas. And there were 2 penalty flags pretty well behind the play, so this one's going to come back. And you can see one of the Alamogordo players was coming from the far side of the field to the near sideline, about from the near hash, and he was picked off on the play and from behind, and probably wasn't necessary. I think Trujillo would have ran past the Tiger defender And there was no argument from the Los Lunas sideline. They were more frustrated with the player that made the foul. And so instead of a punt return for a touchdown, Los Lunas will start at their own 35 and a costly 10-yard penalty. Third penalty tonight for Los Lunas for 25 yards. Two receivers at the top, and Kaneshiro stands his own 30 in the shotgun. Running back to his right, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Going deep down the middle of the field, it's one-on-one. It is high-pointed and caught by Olguin, and he will go to the end zone for the touchdown. 65 yards into the touchdown. Sorry about the horns, folks. I guess that we've got another school that likes to bring artificial noisemakers, which I didn't think you were allowed to do. But regardless, that was a heck of a throw by Kaneshiro and a wonderful catch by Olguin. It was one-on-one coverage, and he was able to rise over the top of the Tiger defender. And Olguin, who had a couple of touchdown grabs last week, picks up his first. And Los Lunas, just like that, has jumped in front 13-0. So frustrating for Alamogordo. A lot of, you have a play out of a third and short out of a timeout, or I should say out of a timeout out of a quarter break, and it gets messed up in the backfield by your own players. You nearly give up a punt return for a touchdown, if not for a Los Lunas penalty, and then you give up a 65-yard touchdown, which it was good coverage from Audette, but you got to give credit to Olguin. He was the one who jumped up and jumped over him, and Audette wasn't able to wrap him up and tackle him, and so he found his way to the end zone in the 65-yard touchdown. So Los Lunas takes a 14-0 lead as the extra point is good from Pyle. As Damasio Kaneshiro is able to turn on the long pass. And on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, Alamogordo finds themselves down 14-0. They were down 2 scores last week. Really need a good drive here to build some confidence, I think, more than anything else. But Alamogordo decided to go man-to-man coverage, and Los Lunas was able to pretty much zero coverage. There was no safety over the top to help Audette on that play. Here comes the kickoff. And this one will bounce, and will go into the end zone. That nearly stopped. And the Alamogordo Tigers will take the touchback. Los Lunas leads Alamogordo 14-0 with 10:51 to go here in the second quarter. And for Alamogordo, we've seen them throw one pass. They've ran the ball well. And that's one thing that the Tigers have been able to move the ball on the ground in this game. And if not for that fumble, I think they might have been able to get the first score of the game. But that's been kind of the point of where the game has turned. Alamogordo's defensive job up to that moment. Gave up a long touchdown drive. And going deep up the far sideline, and that one's going to be tipped away as the defensive play made by Dominic Trujillo. A little pump and go as I think that was Marcus Bryan up the far sideline, the intended receiver for Alamogordo, but it's incomplete, and it'll be second down and 10. One for two for Elijah Montoya. Completed a 12-yard pass earlier on. And he'll hand it off. Valdez near side, got a big hole, and we'll get out to the 5, maybe the 26. We'll give him a gain of 6. 33 yards rushing on 7 carries for Valdez. And we'll see. Gives some new instructions here. And they'll move it around. 3rd and 5 for Alamogordo. Back to pass. Looking to throw, going up the far sideline. Got a man, and there was a miscommunication. Warren had curled in on the route, and Montoya was trying to go deep up the far sideline. And Warren was slapping his helmet right afterwards, so possibility that he misread either the audible that was being called or for Alamogordo, they will unfortunately have to punt it again with 10:09 to go here in the quarter. Basically ran no time off the clock. They're going to need the defense to step up here. Vasquez, another good high punt and positive yardage again. Not going to take a good bounce, though. It'll go backwards, unfortunately, for Alamogordo. And it'll end up being a bad punt just to the 39-yard line. Goes for about 14 yards. There. Ten minutes remaining here in quarter number 2. Los Lunas 14, Alamogordo nothing. Los Lunas ready to go. And Kaneshiro will take the handoff and run straight ahead. Actually, not Kaneshiro this time, as running straight up the middle and getting all. As they went to a kind of a wildcat look there. And after 2 really good drives for Alamogordo defensively, Los Lunas has had it all going for them. A long sustained drive on the first touchdown drive, but it's been 2 plays and 2 touchdowns for Los Lunas here, as they went 35 yards on that one, and of course the play before that was the 65-yard touchdown, and they are going to run the fake and get into the end zone. Will be number 3, Ethan Olguin. And Los Lunas leads now 22-0 after the 2-point conversion is good. Boy, that happened in a heartbeat. Like here in the quarter, as Alamogordo has now they put 21. They didn't kick the ball, so
It's Tiger football season. All of us at Otero Federal Credit Union are supporting the athletes and coaches, and we know they're going to have a great season. We hope you'll stop by one of our great branches and take advantage of all our services: checking, savings, vehicle loans, credit cards, and so much more. It's also simple and easy to bank with us online anytime. Download the OFCU app today or visit oterofcu.org. OFCU, your community credit union since 1953. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade Lego cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard, or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Almost Sports and Talk, 12:30, 1019, 22-0 Los Lunas. They'll keep the ball in the end zone for a touchback on the second consecutive drive. And Alamogordo's offense trying to make something happen here, down by 3 scores. Here's the handoff, and ball goes to Hergenrader, and he maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. It looks like they'll give him 2 on the carry, his first carry of the night. And it'll be 2nd down and 8 as Alamogordo's quickly the line of scrimmage. Hergenrader coming out of the game. And it'll be all dead into the backfield for Alamogordo. Bryant and Warren, receivers to the top. And to the bottom for the Tigers is Gonzalez. Montoya takes the snap. And here comes the handoff into the right side. Audette's into the open. He's got the first down across the 30, across the 35. Took that one off right tackle and got a big hole out 37-yard line. Or 36-yard line. That's a gain of 14 for Audette. Alamogordo to the line of scrimmage here for a first down. And it'll be a second down and 9 for Alamo. Gonzalez and Bryant to the bottom, Warren to the top in the wide receiver formation for Alamogordo. Los Lunas, 3-down linemen. And they've been bringing the linebackers up to the line of scrimmage. And the snap and the handoff. And was able to sneak past the first defender and fight forward to the 40-yard line. That would be a gain of 3. And it'll bring up a third down and long for Alamogordo. Need to get to the 46-yard line. 3rd and 6 for Alamo. Clock rolls under 8 minutes to go in quarter number 2. And back to throw. Quick throw to the near side. Gonzalez makes the first man miss and fights forward to the 45. It's not enough for a first down, but you got to think if you're Alamo, this is a 4-down territory spot here that you've got to go for it. And Alamo going to go quickly here. 4th and 1 for Alamo. Montoya ready to take the snap, and he's got it. Handoff straight ahead. Audette, he's got the first down. Rushing this evening. First down for Alamogordo, 7:20 to go. Ball is at their own 48-yard line, right between the hashes on the Tiger logo at midfield. And looks like a timeout going to be used by Alamo with 7:12 remaining. Well, I want to say one thing here for Alamogordo. If they can score and not let Los Lunas on the board before the end of the half, it's a long way to go. They get the ball to start the second half. There's a path here for Alamogordo if they score on this drive. If they don't score on this drive, and especially if Los Lunas is able to put on more points before the end of the half, could be a bad situation for Alamo. So do have a score for you. Looks like the Alamogordo girls are going to fall to Goddard 4-1. Los Lunas, or I should say Goddard, scored a couple of goals in the late in the second half. They scored a goal right at the beginning of the second half. It was 1-1 at halftime, but as the Alamogordo offense are ready to go back out on the field. 1st and 10 for Alamogordo. Timeout. Out of the timeout. They'll have a 1st and 10 from their own 48. Here comes that speed option, and Montoya is just going to go ahead and keep it. Montoya is still running up the far sideline, and Montoya is going to have pretty close to a first down. Just went ahead and kept that. Nobody ever tackled him. He was just running free from the line of scrimmage, and yeah, that's enough for a first down. Gain of 11 for Montoya. That was a really good play last week for Alamogordo, was that speed option, and Montoya ran it well and didn't have a good go of it the first time earlier in this game, but this time around he did. 1st and 10 for Alamogordo at the Los Lunas 41. Here's the handoff. Valdez takes it off right side, broke the first tackle, and then is hit on the second level by a pair of Los Lunas players, but that's still a pretty good chunk of yardage for Alamogordo to the 36. It's a gain of 5. And it'll be 2nd down and 5 for Alamo. Clock running with 6.5 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. 2 wide receivers at the bottom and 1 at the top. And the receiver, I should say running back, is to the left of Montoya. 3 down linemen, but 6 in the box for Los Lunas. Montoya going to go to the line of scrimmage and change up the play. They'll move the lead back from the right side to the left side. And Montoya takes the snap. He'll hand it And a bit of a hesitation, a draw play, and enough for a first down for Alamogordo. I don't know if that was Valdez or Audette. It's Audette. And it is a first down. Okay. Initially, I thought there might have been a penalty flag, but they move the chains as that one goes down to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6. And Alamogordo continues their march down the field looking for their first points of the night. 2 wide receivers at the bottom and 1 at the top. Montoya waits the snap, and he'll give it to Audette. Audette, again, hesitation, but finds a hole up the middle, and Tigers' offensive line, again, creating space for their running back as he crosses the 25 down to the 24. It's a gain of 6. 7th carry of the night tonight at 43 yards. And Alamogordo not in a big rush at the moment. 2nd down and 3. Now waits the snap. He's got it, and he's going to go up the far sideline, and nobody looking for it. The Tiger receiver, that was a back shoulder throw for Warren. He was going straight for the end zone. And so, again, not sure if that was the wrong read, wrong route, hot route for Warren, or that was a missed throw by Montoya. But it goes as an incompletion. And 3 for Alamogordo, 3rd and 4. And the snap and the handoff, and buried in the backfield is Valdez as his own offensive line got pushed right back into him. And there's also an Alamogordo player that's down on the field on the near side as well, as in a fair amount of pain is number 60 for Alamogordo, as Isaiah Venegas. Something on his, looked like his right leg. So we've got an injury timeout on the field with 4:56 remaining in the second quarter, and well, he's sitting up now, so if we're going to need to take a break here or not. He is trying to stretch things out, it looks like, but I got to imagine for Alamogordo, they're Venegas, so he got rolled up on or what exactly happened, but Tigers will have to bring in somebody new on that left side of the offensive line. And so Alamogordo's offense will come out desperately needing a first down. That was a loss of 1 on that previous carry with 2 wide receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. And a little bit of trouble for Montoya. Rolls out of the trouble. Still looking to get rid of it. Throws down the field, and it is caught. Yes, it is caught coming to the near sideline. Warren makes the grab for Alamogordo down to the 11-yard line. It's a gain of 14. And Alamogordo picks up another first down on this drive. Trying to get on the scoreboard. Down 22-0, 4:43 to go here in the first. Montoya hands it off, coming to the near side. And getting down inside the 5-yard line is Valdez. Wait, check that, not Valdez. That was DeAndre Martin on the carry that time. There's a handoff and up the middle. This time it is Valdez. Valdez trying to, but he's shoved back by a couple of Los Lunas linebackers. He's close to a first down. Alamogordo can get a first down without a touchdown, as they are down to the 4-yard line. Audette in the backfield now with Montoya. And the handoff to Audette, and he's bouncing around the backfield, fighting for the end zone. He dives, and he's into the end zone. Did I see a flag fly in there, or just something from one of the players fall off of him? Does not look like it. Okay, Alamogordo touchdown. Alamogordo on the board as Anthony Audette runs it in from 4 yards out. And Vasquez will come on to try the extra point. 22-6 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. 3:44 to go in the second. And exactly what Alamogordo has to have on that drive. They go 80 yards and put it in the end zone, converted fourth down twice. Snap's a little low. Kick is up. And Vasquez is able to squeak it through. And Alamogordo now down by 2 scores. Now the defense, can they make a stop? We'll find out next. On the Richardson Motor scoreboard, Los Lunas 22, Alamogordo 7. You're listening to Tiger Football on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 3019.
When someone thinks they have a better idea, like a new way to make it or a new place to take it, they start their own business. Every small business has not-so-small ambitions. We can help you with about every financial service you'll need, like e-statements to save your filing space, mobile banking from your smartphone, lines of credit for expansion, and online account access. To us, there's nothing small about small business.
First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Tularosa Communication is now offering the smart Wi-Fi with built-in network security and enhanced parental controls. Do you have kids at home that you want to protect from overexposure on the internet? Block content, set internet time limits, or app and website restrictions for each family member in the house. Get notified when you have a network intrusion and reroute bandwidth to devices that matter the most, all from an app on your phone. Take control of your internet with Tularosa Communications. Visit tularosa.net or call 585-2700 for more information.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. Los Lunas returning the kickoff, and making a couple guys miss, and breaking to the near sideline is Trujillo. Vasquez able to get in there and make the stop. That's the second time that he's done that. And Alamogordo's kick return special teams continue to struggle. They actually had that pretty well blocked in, and credit to Trujillo. It made some nice plays, but that is exactly the opposite of what Alamogordo needed coming out of that touchdown, as they allow Los Lunas to get all the way to their 44-yard line. And with 3:34 remaining, the last 2 offensive plays for Los Lunas have been touchdowns. Kanashiro hands it off, and De La Torre to the far side, and he's got a lot of room, spins as he gets to the 35. He'll be, it looks like, just shy of the first down. He's going to pick up 9 on the carry. 21 yards rushing for him on 5 carries tonight. 3:15 remaining in quarter number 2, and Alamogordo desperately trying to keep Los Lunas off of the scoreboard here with 3 minutes remaining. Or at minimum now, with this far down the field, trying to maybe just force a field goal. Kanashiro has some trouble with it and turns around and is looking to throw. He's trying to get away in the backfield. He throws it away. Now, there wasn't anybody in the vicinity. He was outside the pocket. And that's one of those rules I always get a little confused on, to be honest. I'm guessing because he was out of the pocket and he got it back to the line of scrimmage that's not intentional grounding. They might have changed that rule, because I know a couple years ago I was up in the press box going, I don't understand. One wide receiver to the bottom will be 3rd and 1. And here comes a run straight up the middle, and Gage Marquez is going to have a first down as they went to that wildcat, and he really didn't get touched until he got to about the 25 when a Tiger brought him down. But they went with the big fella, and he picks up 11. 1st and 10, Los Lunas on the Alamogordo 25-yard line, going left to right. 2:35 remaining. Los Lunas and Alamogordo each have 2 timeouts remaining. 1 wide receiver to the top and 1 to the bottom for Los Lunas. Lead back off to the left, Kanashiro. Waiting out of the shotgun. He will fake the handoff to De La Torre. Going down the middle of the field. He's got a man, and he hits him in stride in the end zone for the touchdown as Fabian Trujillo makes the grab. A 25-yard touchdown reception. And Los Lunas, just like that, adds on to the lead. Game, I mean, they've thrown the ball, but certainly it's been the ground game that has moved them more than anything else. Extra point is up and good for Los Lunas. With 2:21 remaining on the Richardson Motors scoreboard, Los Lunas is in front 29-7 after 5-yard touchdown pass. And we will take a break. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Hometown pride. At the Winter Circle, we've got a lot of it. Your one-stop shop for high school sports apparel, letter jackets, polos.
1201 10th Street.
In business and in life, it's good to have a partner and a friend. The credit union partners with our members to build a stronger financial future. Your debit card and online banking keeps you in control of your finances. We belong to you, so you stay in control. Loco Credit Union, we belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. As Anthony caught the ball in the kickoff in the corner at about the 10-yard line. It was slung down and appears to be in a fair amount of pain afterwards, and that's most definitely not what you want to see if you're Alamogordo, and I don't know if it's leg or upper body, and I think it's leg. It looks like maybe right leg, maybe even hamstring groin area by the way that they're, I should say right leg. I think it's like maybe left leg, and so yeah, maybe he's okay. That'll pop up. All right, so it looks like he's okay. Damasio Kanashiro with the 25-yard touchdown pass to Fabian Trujillo. And Los Lunas leads Alamogordo 29-7. 2:15 remaining in the half. And Alamogordo, I'd say obviously you don't want to make a big mistake and give the ball right back to Los Lunas, but I think at this point you've got to be as aggressive as you can be. You need points, and try to make this a two-score game again going into half. And Alamogordo's going to hand it off, and Los Lunas teed off and absolutely buries Avion Valdez in the backfield for a 3-yard loss. Well, Alamogordo may be playing a little conservative, trying to take some clock off, but wouldn't be surprised if Los Lunas calls a timeout. Because they could certainly get the ball back before the end of the half and do something with it and put this one even further out of reach at the moment. But not calling a timeout yet. It'll depend on what happens here in the second down play. And Alamogordo looking for a screen, and is that intercepted? It looks like it is. Tried a screen play to Valdez, and are they going to say incomplete? No, the official says it hit the ground. It was not picked up off the ground by the Los Lunas player, and so an incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd and long now for Los Lunas, 3rd and about 12, or I should say for Alamogordo. Timeout called on the field. 1:32 remaining on the Richardson Motor scoreboard here in quarter number 2. And Alamogordo, Los Lunas called the timeout there, by the way. And I wouldn't be surprised if Alamogordo tries to go back to a screen, but as this game has progressed, Los Lunas has just seemed to pick up more steam, and Alamogordo having, had a nice drive on that last offensive possession, but now with fewer options, they had the screen set up okay, but the throw was off the mark. The run play was just blown up in the backfield. Alamogordo defensive line couldn't get the blocking that they needed to. So, if Alamogordo doesn't pick up the first down here, not really sure why Los Lunas called the timeout there, to be honest. The clock was already stopped. That's interesting. Because it was an incomplete pass. Looking to throw and taking his time and completing it. It's going to be close. The ball Now they're going to give him forward progress to the 26-yard line. Or are they going to call that incomplete? Okay, they said that was incomplete at the end of it because it looked like to me it looked easily. Gonzalez had caught it, but I guess he was still juggling it, and then the ball came out. Los Lunas was wanting a fumble, and instead it just goes as an incomplete pass. So Los Lunas, with 1:25 to go, is going to get the ball back. And it's a bad snap, and Vasquez is just going to have to eat it all the way back to the 1-yard line. And it is unraveling for Alamogordo. Snap was too high for Vasquez. He was able to avoid Los Lunas grabbing it and going into the end zone, but it gives Los Lunas the ball on the Alamogordo 2-yard line. Well, I tell you, after the first two drives, it looked like Alamogordo was definitely going to be able to hang with Los Lunas in this game, and man, it has just not been the result as this game has progressed at all. And it's been some mistakes, but I gotta tell you, Los Lunas has just they've made plays. Here's a handoff to De La Torre, fighting for the end zone, and no, he is going to be just short. Official says he's down inside the 1-yard line. So they'll have to run another play. I say, if anything, for Alamogordo, that's unfortunate because they won't be able to get the ball back. I got to think if you're Alamo, you probably want to get to the locker room and try to settle things down as best you can. I don't think there's any rush to get the ball offensively back because it just hasn't in this short of time. De La Torre did it again, and boy, getting to the backfield and almost bringing him down was Hergenrader, but he couldn't quite make the tackle. And Los Lunas will add on to their lead. It's 35-7 now with 50 seconds remaining on De La Torre's 1-yard touchdown run. $50 seconds remaining on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, and Los Lunas got a former, I guess you'd say, Coach Bradley disciple in Coach Hennington. And just like Mayfield did back in the day, we haven't seen Mayfield in a while run that swinging gate formation, and they go back into their normal setup, and the one is good. 36-7, Los Lunas leads. The Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show is coming up for you here on Alamo Sports and Talk, as we'll try to find some scores from around the state for you guys. We'll let you guys know what happened with Alamogordo girls soccer. Looks like they're going to drop their match to Goddard 4-2. That was the last update that I got from Coach Sandoval. And we also have Cloudcroft volleyball tonight. Let's see if we can get a score update for you on that. They're playing Hagerman. And hopefully let you guys know what's going on with Tularosa and Jow, Cloudcroft and Nimi, and Mescalero Apache is taking on Hagerman tonight. So it is Emmy De La Torre with the touchdown run there for Los Lunas. Alamogordo and a bad snap on the punt. And just 50 seconds remaining. I do think if you're Alamogordo, you got to try something here. You're down by 29 points. I think you at least have to try and move, run a couple plays here and see if you can throw the ball down the field a little bit. Los Lunas has just got the one timeout left. Run a screen play, run a tunnel screen for a wide receiver. I think you at least have to try something and move down the field in a play or two. Now, if it doesn't happen, run the ball and get to the locker room. But here's a kick that's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. Audette's back on by the way, for Alamogordo, so that injury was not too serious. To get to the locker room and try to reset. So we'll see what the Tigers decide to go with here. Both teams make their way back out. Alamogordo will start on their own 20. But what a barrage of scoring here from Los Lunas. They scored a touchdown. It was 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. Man in motion from right to left for Alamogordo. Here's the snap and the handoff. And Valdez will run to the near side. And he'll pick up about 2 or 3. And it certainly looks like Alamogordo's in no hurry. So it would certainly seem like they're going to try and go to the locker room and reset things. Now we're going to run another play. 23 seconds remaining. Alamo 2 timeouts. It would have been difficult, but I think obviously you're just hoping not to make another mistake. And they are going to hand it off again and give it to Valdez, and that's going to be the half, it would appear. Well, I'm sure there will be some frustration. The cues. So we're unfortunately able to force cues almost like they were against Silver last week. We will take a break and back with the Otero Credit Union halftime show. Automotive scoreboard a little bit longer than normal. It is coming for Los 20 on the halftime clock. The officials are running the the scoreboard to start. A little bit.
'84 Lumber is a name and a company you can trust as your hometown building partner, providing the quality you expect and the service you deserve. Visit the Alamogordo location at 3401 North White Sands Boulevard or 84lumber.com to get started on your next home project. If your home is in need of some stucco work, either the whole house or some patch and paint work, Ochoa Stucco has the expertise to get the job done and done right. Contact them today at 575-442-6745 for your estimate. Go Tigers! Otero Federal Credit Union and you. It's an amazing combination. We love providing you with the best in banking in the area. Get low interest credit cards and vehicle loans. Make your day-to-day simpler with online access to your checking and savings, or pay bills with one-click ease through the OFCU app. If you want to stop by one of our great branches, we have a fantastic staff ready to help you with all your banking needs. Visit us online anytime at oterofcu.org. OFCU, your community credit union since 1953. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company. Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 1st, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Next International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
84 Lumber is a name and a company you can trust as your hometown building partner, providing the quality you expect and the service you deserve. Visit the Alamogordo location at 3401 North White Sands Boulevard or 84lumber.com to get started on your next home project.
Now you have a choice when it comes to keeping massive files of your bank statements every month. With an online e-statement, you'll have an accurate, easy-to-read electronic statement you can access anywhere, anytime. Get more control over your cash flow and no more giant filing cabinets. Our e-statements get an A+.
First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. This is the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show. Los Lunas 6, Alamogordo 7. A tough right at the end of the first quarter, and then second quarter for Alamogordo. And just could not find a way to slow down Los Lunas defensively and offensively, just not enough for Alamogordo. And it really goes back to the game started. Alamogordo stops Los Lunas on a 4-and-out. They get the ball. Tigers go 3, and Alamogordo goes 3 and out, punt it away. Los Lunas, they go 3 and out, punt it back. And Alamogordo's driving down the field and unfortunately fumble the ball inside the Los Lunas 25-yard line. And Los Lunas would then take it pretty much the length of the field and get it into the end zone from 3 yards out. Gage Marquez put it in for Los Lunas, 3-yard touchdown run, and it was 7-0. Alamogordo gets the ball back. They go 3 and out. On the very next offensive play, it's a 65-yard touchdown pass from Damasio Kaneshiro to Ethan Olguin, and it's 14-0 with 10:51 remaining. Alamogordo gets the ball back. They go 3 and out, have a bad punt, and Los Lunas will go 35 yards and also add in a 2-point conversion. Caden Reese on the touchdown that time, and it's 22-0 with 9:51 to go in the second quarter. So kind of similar to what we saw against Silver last week, where, man, it was just real fast and it was kind of it felt like it was out of hand. I'm not sure Alamogordo's. It's going to be a real hard road back to come back in this one. Not saying it can't happen, but coming back from 29 points down at halftime, that would be something pretty special if they're able to. Alamogordo did get on the scoreboard, and then there was a little bit of light there. Anthony Audette, a 4-yard touchdown. It was a long 80-yard drive for Alamogordo. It's 22-7, 3:44 to go in the second quarter. So they're going, okay, now if they can keep Los Lunas off the scoreboard and get the ball back to begin the second half and then get in the end zone, it's a one-score game. Bad kickoff return coverage again. I'm just going to be the person up here that's going to say, I really think they should just kick it out of bounds because what they're trying to work on is not been working so far in their kickoff return coverage. It has, I think they got saved on a penalty on one. I don't know if that was a punt or a kickoff, but it has not gone particularly well in Alamogordo this season on kickoff coverage. So Los Lunas got the ball, I think, at the Alamogordo 45. Eventually it was a 25-yard touchdown pass from Kaneshiro to Fabian Trujillo. That made it 29-7 with 2:22 to go in the second quarter. Alamogordo again would go 3 and out and would have a bad snap on the punt. Los Lunas would tackle the Tiger punter Vasquez at the 2-yard line. It would end up being a 1-yard touchdown run 2 plays later from Emi De La Torre. 36-7, and that's where we're at here with the Los Lunas Tigers leading the Alamogordo Tigers at halftime. Again, we'll have a little bit longer than normal halftime with Los Lunas doing their homecoming tonight. And like I said, Alamogordo maybe could use that as a little bit of a motivator, but unfortunately this one just has not gone their way so far. But hey, you know what? These are the kind of games that if you can come out in the second half and play hard, and even if you don't come out with a win, but you get some momentum and you don't just lay down, those are the things that can help build towards the end of the season. So I know that, the likelihood of Alamogordo coming back and winning this game, probably unlikely. I know the coaches are looking for some things in the second half for Alamogordo to try to improve, to do a better job on it than they did in the first half. And, if they can cut down the lead and make it a 1 or a 2-score game by the end of the night, and really show some good effort, those are the things you can build on for next week. And I know that's trying to find a silver lining in there, but I do think it's important. If you've got at least a little bit to be positive about coming out of a game that, you're down by 29 points, rather than Los Lunas coming out here and finding themselves, making this a 50-point game before this one finishes out. So really a lot to be said about how Alamogordo comes out of the locker room and how they represent themselves. And how they are able to fight in the second half, because game's not over. Is it likely they're going to win it? Probably not. But last week they were able to fight back in a similar situation. Los Lunas is a better team than Silver. There's no doubt about that. And we were wondering if Alamogordo was quite at this level yet. So. You got a game next week against Gadsden, and you're trying to, build something positive towards that. All right, we'll get you some scores from around the state. Mescalero, Tule, Cloudcroft. We'll see if we can find some for you on those, and we'll be right back. It's the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show with Los Lunas leading Alamogordo 36-7 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. We'll be back right after this.
Signal constantly dropping? Don't take it out on your computer. Instead, call Tularosa Communications for internet stress relief. They have the speed and the reliability to make your internet dreams come true. If you want fast, they have faster. If you want service you can rely on, they are the most reliable. And customer service? It's all about you. Call Tularosa Communications to get connected. 585-2700.
Hometown pride. At the Winter Circle, we've got a lot of it. Your one-stop shop for high school sports apparel, letter jackets, polos, hats, and so much more. Get custom embroidery, special t-shirt prints, and plaques. Need something for your business, team, or personal use? We've got you covered.
Hey, this is Alfred.
This is Angelo from the Winter Circle.
It's time to get out and support Alamogordo Tigers and all area teams. Stop by for a Tiger t-shirt and let's fill the stands.
Go Tigers! Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street.
When you open a youth savings account for your child or grandchild at our credit union, you'll be starting them on a lifetime of smart financial decisions. They'll learn that our credit union is there to help them in the future. We are member-owned and not-for-profit, so there's no better place to save. Loco Credit Union, we belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
Ochoa Stucco serves residential and commercial projects all throughout this wonderful community. Whether you're looking for some patching up or a complete stucco on your home or business, Ochoa Stucco has you covered. 575-442-6745. Go Tigers!
Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 1st, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Next International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
It's Tiger football season. All of us at Otero Federal Credit Union are supporting the athletes and coaches, and we know they're going to have a great season. We hope you'll stop by one of our great branches and take advantage of all our services: checking, savings, vehicle loans, credit cards, and so much more. It's also simple and easy to bank with us online anytime. Download the OFCU app today or visit oterofcu.org. OFCU, your community credit union since 1953. Federally insured by NCUA.
You're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show here on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230-1019. Final score from Roswell. The Alamogordo girls lost to the Goddard girls 4-2. Mila Stevens and Aliana Tabe each had a goal for Alamogordo. They'll play Lovington tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. in their second game of that tournament. Let's give you some scores from around the state. I want to give a shout-out to everybody who contributes to the NMOT Sports Facebook group. They are always fantastic to provide scores for us. Artesia, not just for us, for everybody. I don't say that they're doing it for me. They're doing it for everybody. Artesia 22-0 at halftime leads Hobbs. Let's see, Portales leads Ruidoso at halftime 34-0. Texaco and Santa Rosa, it's Texaco 14, Santa Rosa 13 at halftime. Dexter leads West Las Vegas 22-21 at halftime. Carlsbad up on Goddard 21-6 at half. Let's see what else we got here. I did see Jow was leading Tularosa 14-0 in the first half. Bernalillo up on Espanola 12-0. Dexter 28-21 over West Las Vegas. That one's in the third quarter, so that's actually a little bit further along than what we had previously. Silver beating up on Miyamura 40-0. That one's at halftime. And Mescalero is up at halftime, or at 7:26 to go till half. They're up 8-0 on Hagerman. Boy, that would be a big win for Mescalero Apache. Wishing them they're able to pull that one out. That'd be awesome. Roswell 45-6 in front of Santa Fe at half over at the Wool Bowl. And let's see. Looks like Bloomfield is up on Powake 21-0 in the second quarter. Mac Max Preps has got going on for score updates tonight. Dora, let's see. St. Pius up on Highland, 14-0. Portales, we already mentioned that score with Rodoso. And let's see here. Eunice up on Estancia, 21-6. That one's at half. It's halftime out in Jowl with Jowl leading 14-0. Bloomfield up on Pawaki Valley, 43-0 still in the first half. Is Cleveland and La Cueva tomorrow? Or is that tonight? It is tonight. I haven't seen any score updates on that. I'll have to. I would imagine that James Yotis is there, so let's see if he's posting score updates there. I guess they haven't gotten started up in Rio Rancho. Due to lightning as well, so unfortunately that's something that's going on here in the area. Let's check the radar for us. There's some stuff kind of off to the west, or east, I should say. Let's just hope it stays over there. I think the question will obviously be, is it the lightning? Championship side of the bracket at the Unistream. So we'll on the roundup at 2 o'clock every single day. We'll get you all the latest updates going on with sports in our area. All right, we've got still about 5 minutes left. Again, a little bit longer halftime than usual due to homecoming. They're riding around the homecoming court in a bunch of really fancy, I guess, side-by-sides. Yeah, I can't really call them an ATV, man. Those kind of cool going around the track in that. I don't think I've seen that before. So, all right, so we'll come back with more of the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show. It's 36, Alamogordo 7, and the second half coming up in just a little bit. Stay with us.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model trucks and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
If you and your family are looking for a new home, you don't have to look far for a home mortgage. As a community bank, we not only have great rates, we offer you friendly financial service right here in the neighborhood. There are a lot of options in real estate lending. We're here to see that you get a loan you can live with. Talk to us about your home mortgage. We're an equal housing lender.
First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Tularosa Communication is now offering the smart Wi-Fi with built-in network security and enhanced parental controls. Do you have kids at home that you want to protect from overexposure on the internet? Block content, set internet time limits, or app and website restrictions for each family member in the house. Get notified when you have a network bandwidth to devices that matter the most, all from an app on your phone. Take control of your internet with Tularosa Communications. Visit tularosa.net or call 585-2700 for more information.
Hometown pride. At the Winner's Circle, we've got a lot of it. Your one-stop shop for high school sports apparel, letter jackets, polos, hats, and so much more. Get custom embroidery, special t-shirt prints, and plaques. Need something for your business, team, or personal use? We've got you covered.
Hey, this is Alfred.
This is Angelo
From the Winner's Circle. It's time to get out and support Alamogordo Tigers and all area teams. Stop by for a Tiger t-shirt and let's fill the stands.
Go Tigers! Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street.
You've worked hard. Who deserves a vacation more than you? Our credit union says nobody. Talk to us about a relaxing vacation loan. We're member-owned and not-for-profit. For a vacation so relaxing, even the loan is stress-free. Loco Credit Union. We belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. We're just about ready for the second half. Alamogordo making their way out. On the Richardson Motor scoreboard, it's Los Lunas 36, Alamogordo 7. And thanks for listening to the Federal Credit Union halftime show. We really appreciate Otero Federal Credit Union jumping on with that. We appreciate all of our Tiger sponsors who have joined us, some that have been with us for many years and some that have jumped on with us this season. We mentioned Otero Federal Credit Union is our pregame, postgame, and halftime sponsor. Richardson Motors is our scoreboard sponsor again this year. Otero Federal Credit Union has been a longtime sponsor of Tiger Sports on Alamo Sports and Talk. Same with the Winter Circle, First National Bank, and Tularosa Communications. But some new ones for this year, and actually I should say local credit union came on late last year with us. 84 Lumber is new this season. Ochoa Stucco as well, new with Tiger Sports. And Big O Tires joining us as well here for the second of the season. So thank you so much again to all of our Tiger Sports sponsors. Big O Tires, Tularosa Communications, Richardson Motors, Ochoa Stucco, Local Credit Union, 84 Lumber, First National Bank, the Winter Circle, and Otero Federal Credit Union. The Tigers stats in that first half: 14 carries for 44 yards for Avion Valdez, 8 carries for 47 yards for Anthony Audette, and a touchdown for him. For Elijah Montoya, he has 32 yards passing on 3 of 8 passing for him. The Tigers had 7 first downs in that first half for Los Lunas. And Damasio Kanashiro, he's thrown 5 passes, but 3 of them have been complete, and 2 of them have been for touchdowns. And he is, at 106 yards passing for 2 touchdowns on the night. A 35-yard touchdown run from Caden Bell, a 1-yard touchdown run from Emi De La Torre, and the other touchdown run was by Gage Marquez, a 3-yard touchdown run. He only has 2 carries for 14 yards, but one of them has been pretty important, and Caden Reese has got just 1 carry on. The Tigers and the Alamogordo Tigers and Los Lunas Tigers are getting ready to go in the second half. Alamogordo will have the ball. They'll go left to right here in the second half. Los Lunas will kick it away. And for Alamogordo, desperately wanting to have a positive drive here and just get some points on the board. You know, again, it may be a huge, huge hill for them to climb in this second half, but it's certainly something that they've got to look at and kind of look into themselves and see if they can do some positive things in the second half against what has been a very challenging Los Lunas team. And you look at the rest of Alamogordo's non-district schedule, you know, Gadsden has gotten off to a fantastic start, 2-0 on the season. They beat El Paso High last night, 21-14. They beat Ruidoso 42-0 in week 1. I think that's going to be a task tomorrow. Long road trip tomorrow, next Friday. It's also a long road trip up to Capital in 2 weeks to Santa Fe. And then Riverside, I guess I'm going to be really curious of the next 3 weeks and see what they do. Angel Munoz was his name, that quarterback and defensive player, the safety who was just unbelievable. If any of you saw that game last year at Tiger Stadium, he graduated. So I'll be curious to see what that team looks like without him in the mix there. They were a playoff team in Texas last season. So, and then district, I don't know, Carlsbad, they're playing well tonight against Goddard. So I kind of thought maybe Carlsbad was really down this year. They just ran into Artesia last week. Here's the kickoff, and it is going to be received by Audette, and Audette will come from the 25. Flips one tackle, slips another tackle, coming to the near side, and is going to be brought down. Good fighting there by Ernie Gonzalez, the senior, who was getting blocked but was able to fight through the block and brought down Audette as he crossed the 30 to the 32-yard line. So it's Alamogordo's offense on the field from their own 30, let's say the 33-yard line. And it'll be a first down and 10 going left to right. Down 36-7 if you are just tuning in. Los Lunas scored a touchdown with about 50 seconds left in the first quarter, and then Tigers going 4 wide receivers. First time we've seen this formation. Trips to the top, one to the bottom. Montoya with the running back to his left. He'll take the snap, quick throw to the outside. That's complete to Martin. Martin able to work up the far sideline. Martin at the 50. DeAndre Martin with his first catch of the night, and he does some solid work on first down as it goes from the Alamogordo 32-yard line to the Los Lunas 44-yard line. That is a gain of 24. First and 10 for Alamogordo. Snap a little high, and the handoff straight to the middle. Valdez has got a lead back right in front of him, creating a path. That was a big number, Steve, from Alamogordo leading the way on that carry. That was Austin Flores. And it looks like, is that Valdez or Flores that's down on the play after it? Alamogordo got 10 on the carry. And an injury timeout as the athletic trainers are out on the field. By the way, happy birthday to David Maldonado. He's celebrating today, and joined by the student ATs and his fellow athletic trainer at Alamogordo High School, Misa Trans, out there as well. And they're continuing to work on. Still haven't been able to tell who the Alamogordo player is that's down on the field. Gain of 11, by the way, on the carry by Valdez. He's now got 55 yards rushing. And up on his feet, and yes, that is, maybe that was a floor. Is that 63, maybe? No, 62, okay. The 2s and the 3s are kind of close on these Alamogordo jerseys. Alamogordo, by the way, in all white tonight, black numerals, gold outlining, black helmets. Los Lunas is in their home blues with white numerals, orange outlining, blue helmets with an orange tiger paw. 11:22 to go on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. First and 10 for Alamogordo here in the third quarter. And a read option that goes nowhere. Trying to keep it in the gut of Hergenrader did Montoya, but that play was going nowhere. The two men off the end of the line were lying backfield, and it's a no gain there for Hergenrader. On his second carry of the night, 2nd and 10 with 11 minutes remaining. A big first down inside screen to the, or I should say tunnel screen to the wide receiver Martin on the first play from scrimmage. And then a big run on the second play, get a first down. For the first time, the Tigers don't get a first down on a play in this second half. As Montoya awaits snapping back to his hill. Yeah, I think we're gonna stop things here in a second. This saw a big lightning strike out to our east. I don't know if we're gonna go off the field or not. Certainly seemed like that was pretty close. I think somebody on the sidelines watched it. Maybe it wasn't that close. I don't know. So dead ball offside on Los Lunas. Okay. So Los Lunas was offside on the play, and it's a 5-yard penalty. That play shouldn't have even been run. 35 yards, or 30 yards worth of penalties for Los Lunas in this game. Alamogordo's been, I don't even want to say it, has been pretty penalty-free last week and this week. Good discipline from the Tigers. All right, so it's 2nd and 5. Going to get all the way down to the yard line. That's a gain 19 for certainly this is the exact Tigers needed. Alamogordo coming out of the locker room. They're doing what they needed to do. Got to finish it off 1st and 10. Here's the hand fan up the middle. Is Valdez, and Valdez continues to fight for some yardage. 4-5. Looks like he'll replace, and it will be and Maya after he dropped the pass, and he'll see your 5-4. That was right at the yard line. That was just 3-yard gain on that carry. And Montoya is able to get his way straight ahead for maybe a yard. And so it'll be 3rd and goal. I didn't think the Tigers had gotten inside the 10 there. And here comes another spinning out of the backfield is Audette. Audette trying to find the corner, but he's not going to get there. And so Alamogordo got no gain on that carry. And Alamogordo not in a huge hurry here. Clock still rolling, 8:43 to go in quarter number 3. Los Lunas 36, Alamogordo 7, but it would certainly appear that Alamogordo is going to let the play clock roll down and call a timeout. They certainly don't seem to be in too big of a hurry to do anything at the moment. And there is the timeout. So clock stops with 8:27 remaining in the third. Los Lunas 36, Alamogordo to 7. And we will return right after this. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
84 Lumber is a name and a company you can trust as your hometown building partner, providing the quality you expect and the service you deserve. Visit the Alamogordo location at 3401 North White Sands Boulevard or 84lumber.com to get started on your next home project. Custom work is what Ochoa Stucco does best. Whether you need an estimate for your home or business, you won't find better quality work anywhere. Contact Ochoa Stucco today. Like them on Facebook, 575-442-6745. Go Tigers!
Well, as we come back from the timeout, unfortunately, they're going to have to clear the stadium because the Lightning has gotten too close, apparently. It has to be a 30-minute delay. And there's just kind of some storms that are popping up a little bit around the area, and obviously safety is the primary concern. That's tough for Alamogordo. They're going to have to try to get things going again. Now, they will – usually how this goes is they'll do a 30-minute delay, check and see if the Lightning is still close or not. If it is still, and I think it's by each strike. So if you have a Lightning strike inside that 30 minutes, it's 30 minutes from that one. And I believe they'll do 3 delays before they'll decide to stop the game. And in this case, since we're in the second half, this would be a final if we aren't able to get back going again. But yeah, there was one lightning bolt probably about 5 minutes ago that looked like it was really close. And I know it'll be frustrating for a lot of people. You know, you don't want the game to be stopped, or you think, oh, it's not that close. It's just not worth it. You know, it's one of those that, you know, we love our high school sports, but it is by no means worth it for somebody in the stands, the field, anywhere to get struck by lightning. We know the likelihood is small, but you got to take safety to be paramount there. So it's not just the players in the field. The fans in the stands have to head back to their vehicles and find some shelter. And nobody's moving especially fast at the moment. So hey, you know what? It's this time of year that this happens. Usually the August, September games. I remember a game in Alamogordo that in the second half, I want to say Alamo was down by a score. It might have been. There was another lightning strike that looked, again, pretty close. Gosh, who was that? Was that against Los Lunas? I want to say it was. And I'm trying to remember if that was. Well, you know what it was? Actually, I know what it was. I think it was a game that ended up not even counting. I think they got to like just shy of halftime. And it was either that or the game ended up counting. And I don't know. There's been a lot of lightning games. I don't remember. Trying to keep track of those things. What are you going to do? So Alamogordo will have a 4th down and goal from the 7 if we get started again. Like I said, I can't really say, because you look at the weather up near Albuquerque, and it doesn't look like there's much there, but clearly there's enough lightning to not let things get started up in Rio Rancho. And I know there's some other places that are also facing that, so it's unfortunate. But I will always say take the safety part of it, and I hope that it's just a 30-minute stoppage, and we'll be able to get things started once again. So I think always the frustrating part of it is that it's not raining. So but it's definitely still a warm night out there, and I mean you can see the lightning, and it's just one of those things. So we'll take a commercial break, and we'll get some scores from around the state. We'll tell you about other things going on with high school sports in our area. We didn't do a roundup today, so that's what we'll just make this, I guess. One of them, I'm going to have like a script for lighting delays, but I sort of feel like I don't even want to do that, because I feel as if I'm going to jinx it or something. So I'm not sure if we should call this the Otero Federal Credit Union lighting delay, but it's a pause, and so I'm going to just in case we don't get much of a post game, if this one ends up being a long delay, we'll give OFCU some shout out there. The Richardson Motors scoreboard shows 36-7 with Los Lunas in front. 8:27 remaining in the third quarter. Again, I believe they'll wait 3 delays, and if you get to that point where there are, that point they'll call the game, and it will be an official game because we are after halftime. Los Lunas would come away with the victory. Really good drive to start the second half for Alamogordo, and that momentum gets kind of snuffed out there to start things here. We'll see if we get this one going again. We certainly hope so. We'll come back right after this here on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230 1019.
Otero Federal Credit Union and you. It's an amazing combination. We love providing you with the best in banking in the area. Get low interest credit cards and vehicle loans. Make your day-to-day simpler with online access to your checking and savings, or pay bills with one-click ease through the OFCU app. If you want to stop by one of our great branches, we have a fantastic staff ready to help you with all your banking needs. Visit us online anytime at oterofcu.org. OFCU, your community credit union since 1953. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard, or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company. Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. First, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Next International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Sometimes you just need a loan. Your daughter Debbie is getting married. Your son Toby needs a new tuba. Let's face it, families cost money. Things come up that you had no way of predicting. We make personal loans for occasions like this to people who have good credit. So next time you find yourself connected to the unexpected, stop in and see us about a personal loan, subject to credit approval.
First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
84 Lumber is a name and a company you can trust as your hometown building partner, providing the quality you expect and the service you deserve. Visit the Alamogordo location at 3401 North White Sands Boulevard or 84lumber.com to get started on your next home project.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in New Mexico.
This message presented by the NMAA and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Stopped at 8:27 to go here in the third quarter on the Richardson Motor scoreboard with Los Lunas leading Alamogordo 36-7. We're in a lightning delay, and I can see the lightning. There's definitely out to would be our, I guess, southeast. I was trying to get the directions right here. I think I actually have a compass on my phone. I could use it and figure out which direction I'm facing right now. You know, you get turned around sometimes. You're not really sure which way you're headed. Okay, I am looking east, pretty much. So yeah, that would be southeast. Hey, every now and then I know what I'm talking about. It happens sometimes. Let's go ahead and recap the game that you have been listening to and how we've gotten to this 36. But then they force another 3 and out, and ball back, and we're driving, and we're inside the Los Lunas 25 when they fumbled the football. Los Lunas would get it back, and I would say that was about 6-7 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Los Lunas would keep the ball pretty much the rest of the quarter and finish off a long 70-plus yard drive with a Gage Marquez 3-yard touchdown run. The extra point was good, and Los Lunas would lead 7-0. Alamogordo would get the ball back. Los Lunas would lead 7-0 after the first quarter, but the Tigers would go 3 and out. They were coming out of the quarter break, and on the play that they ran, there was a Tiger player in motion, and he ran into the Alamogordo running back in the backfield. And the play, Alamogordo blew up their own play, unfortunately. And so they punted on the very next play. It was a 65-yard touchdown pass from Damasio Kaneshiro to Ethan Olguin. I think, actually, there was a punt return for a touchdown that got called back, and then they threw a touchdown pass in the very next play. Alamogordo would go in and out again and would have a poor punt. Gave Los Lunas the ball inside the Alamogordo 40, and Caden Reese would run in from 35 yards out. They would put in a 2-point conversion on an Ethan Olguin run, and it was 22-0 Los Lunas. And then, again, there was a little bit of light for Alamogordo. Anthony Audette ran it in from 4 yards out. The Tigers, I think, had to go 80 yards on that drive. They converted 4th down twice on that drive. And it's 22-7. There's 3:44 to go in the second quarter. And what Alamogordo really needed, obviously, was the defense to be able to come up with a play. But it kind of started with special teams, unfortunately, that they kicked it off, and it was another long return that put the ball on the Alamogordo side of the field. And not the very next play, but a few plays later, Damasio Kaneshiro threw a post route to Fabian Trujillo, a 25-yard touchdown. That made it 29-7 with 2:22 remaining in the second quarter. And then Alamogordo offensively would end up going 3 and out, and then had a bad snap on the punt. Los Lunas would get the ball at the Alamogordo 2, and 2 plays later, Emi De La Torre ran it in from 1 yard out. That got us to halftime, and Alamogordo would drive down the field. Had a 1st and goal from the 10, and getting ready for a 4th down play after an Alamogordo timeout. It ended up getting the lightning call, and that's where we're at. They're finally starting to clear the stands here on the home side. The away side had left. A lot of the home side had decided to hang around, and I don't know if they're kind of forcing them to leave now. It doesn't look like the game has been called. But obviously the goal is safety here, and so you really can't have a bunch of fans in metal stands. I don't know. Metal here below me. An area like this, so I'm not a big expert on lightning. Some stats for you guys. 16 carries for 58 yards for Avion Valdez. 10 carries for 66 yards for Anthony Audette. He has the lone score for the Tigers, a rushing touchdown. You can. Okay, they're still trying to empty the stadium. I was listening to the PA there for a second. 6 yards rushing on 3 carries for Elijah Montoya. 2 yards on 2 carries for Dylan Hergenrader. DeAndre Martin with a rush for 5 yards as well. Passing for Elijah Montoya, he has completed 4 passes out of 9 attempts, and is now sitting at 56 yards passing on the evening. Alamogordo's offense with 10 first downs overall. And no penalties, no accepted penalties, I believe, against Alamogordo tonight. Trying to think about that for a second, but yeah, wind's definitely starting to pick up. I believe I hear rain, so I don't know if that makes any difference for for folks that are here at the stadium. Maybe a little bit frustrated. I've been kind of checking the radar, and it seems to unfortunately be getting a little bit worse. It's off to our southeast, and maybe it's not raining actually. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it is. But a lot of reds on the radar right now, so we'll see what whether we get this one going again. I wouldn't even dare to guess at this point whether that ends up happening or not. On the other side for Los Lunas, some of the stats for y'all. 7 carries for 23 yards and a touchdown for Emi De La Torre. 5 carries for 50 yards for Jordan Howard, who left the game in the first half with an injury. He was really running the ball well. 2 carries for 14 yards for Gage Marquez. He's got a touchdown, a 35-yard Hayden Reese. He's got a touchdown, rushing touchdown. And then 2 passing touchdowns for Damasio Kanashiro. He also has 2 rushes for 10 yards, but he's thrown for 106 yards in this game. Has only thrown 5 passes, completed 3 of them. 2 of them have been touchdown passes in this game. 30 penalties, or I should say 30 yards on 4 penalties for Los Lunas in this game. And they really don't have a lot of first downs because they've had a 65-yard touchdown pass, a 35-yard touchdown pass. I mean, I think they had 6 first downs in that first half, so it was quick scores for them. And Alamogordo gave them good field position on a couple of occasions as well. And so I think it's enough. I think example for Alamogordo that you feel like they're definitely hurting themselves in some cases. Don't get me wrong, Los Lunas is playing very well, but it's one of those that you'll probably feel like, hey, if Alamogordo can clean some of this stuff up, they can see where the improvement can be. But I do like the way they came out of halftime. Really looked confident in what they were doing offensively. Have driven right down the field. They'll face a 4th and 7 if we get this one started again. If we don't, at least there's a level of positivity to build off of that. But yeah, another big lightning bolt just off to our southeast. You can feel the wind blowing in here to the press box at the moment. So I'm not optimistic, but by no means would I be trying to make the prediction of what exactly we're going to end up doing here. So. OT Sports. Silver beat Miyamura 53-0. That one's called due to mercy rule. Portales ended up beating Ruidoso 54-0. That one was called in the 3rd quarter. Santa Rosa and Texaco 22-13 Texaco. That one started the 4th quarter. So pretty impressive for Texaco. They beat Santa Rosa twice last year. Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs, and maybe on the way for another win there. Let's see. 7:21 in the 4th. It was Dexter 34, West Las Vegas 7. Cleveland and La Cueva did get started, and Cleveland is up 14-0 after 1 quarter. I kind of thought La Cueva was going to have a chance there. Yeah. It's early. You never know. It's starting to rain here in Los Lunas a little bit more. Let's see. Any other scores? Let's see. Mescalero up 14-0 at Hobbs, nothing. And what else we got for scores for you? Oswald beat Santa Fe High 58-6. Shiprock and Crown Point at halftime tied at 14. El Dorado and Rio Rancho has been canceled until tomorrow, so they'll do that one on Saturday. Taos and Los Alamos will be played tomorrow as well. Time to be determined. Let's see what else we got. Any other score updates on NMOC Sports? That seems to be about it. A few games out there being affected by weather tonight. Let's see if Max Preps is still updating the Jow Tularosa score. And Jow's up 1-0 in the third quarter, at least according to Max Preps. To assume that that's credible, I can't say for sure. Let's see. Eunice up on Estancia 35-6 in the second half. Moriarty is leading Albuquerque Academy 19-14 in the third quarter. Cloudcroft and Nimi. I'll look through the scoreboard. I want to make sure that one is tonight. Yeah, it is. Okay. I have not seen a score update on that one, though, so I don't know what's happening there. But Mescalero apparently was up at halftime, and Thule trailing at Jow. I will say much more competitive than last year. Remember, I think Jow beat them 57-7. So, for Tularosa, it's certainly a case of hopefully they can fight back in the second half, but I maybe feel a little bit better about how they played against Jow this year and see where they are in the mix. Well, the rain's starting to pick up. I can't say the lightning has gotten any closer, but we definitely are getting a little bit of rain at our location. And it'll just be a question mark of whether we're going to get started again. I think, I just saw some lightning there. What was I going to say? When did the first delay start? I should have marked down the time of when that happened. I'd probably say it was we're probably at least 20 minutes into the lightning delay, but I will say I'm not optimistic, judging by the rain starting to pour down, and I would assume if the storms are kind of building this way now that the lightning will probably get a little bit closer to us, unfortunately. So we'll see. Nothing has been called yet, but certainly would be very possible that this one will end with Los Lunas with a 36-7 win. But we'll continue to broadcast and let you guys know what's going on. And the wind also picking up pretty significantly. I guess I don't need my crowd mic out there anymore, so I can close this up a little bit. There's no crowd. They're not going to do a whole lot for us. Should mention as well. So it's a 36-7 lead for Los Lunas right now as we are in the third quarter, but in a weather delay. And we had the lightning first that got us stopped, and now the rain is coming down pretty heavily here in Los Lunas. So we shall see if we get started again, but I wouldn't necessarily hold my breath. You can probably hear the rain falling a little bit here. We are it is absolutely pouring out there at the moment. All right, we'll go ahead and take another commercial break. We're just going to go ahead and call this the Otero Federal Credit Union post-game show, at least at the moment. If I'm wrong, I'll be happy to be wrong, but we certainly want to give OFCU their due credit, and we will come right back. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk on the Richardson Motor Scoreboard. Los Lunas 36, Alamogordo 7, and we are in a lightning delay.
Slow internet again? Signal constantly dropping? Don't take it out on your computer. Instead, call Tularosa Communications for internet stress relief. They have the speed and the reliability to make your internet dreams come true. If you want fast, they have faster. If you want service you can rely on, they are the most reliable. And customer service, it's all about you. Call Tularosa Communications to get connected. 585-2700.
Hometown pride. At the Winter Circle, we've got a lot of it. Your one-stop shop for high school sports apparel, letter jackets, polos, hats, and so much more. Get custom embroidery, special t-shirt prints, and plaques. Need something for your business, team, or personal use? We've got you covered.
Hey, this is Alfred.
This is Angelo
From the Winter Circle. It's time to get out and support Alamogordo Tigers and all area teams. Stop by for a Tiger t-shirt and let's fill the stands.
Go Tigers! Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street.
When you open a youth savings account for your child or grandchild at our credit union, you'll be starting them on a lifetime of smart financial decisions. They'll learn that our credit union is there to help them in the future. We are member-owned and not-for-profit, so there's no better place to save. Loco Credit Union, we belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. It is pouring rain, and of course we have lightning in the area. I will say the nice thing for the fans is we got the lightning delay, so they were able to get to their cars probably before the rain absolutely started ripping down here. So, one positive thing, obviously, we got a turf field here, so there shouldn't be an issue on playability of the field. That's I don't think. I mean, obviously, if it's that bad, it could obviously be some puddles and be difficult to play in. But I think it's kind of just a not an if but when. I could be wrong. I know, obviously, big bolt of lightning down here. This waiting to see if we can actually hear the thunder. I haven't actually heard any yet, but there it is. Yeah, and a big part of it as well is they don't want the kids getting back. I think if it's after 10 o'clock, they'll end up calling. And that would be about right for the time. I'm trying to remember. We had a pretty long lightning delay in Lovington. And I think they did call that game, if I remember right. So, at least this isn't a case of a game. That Lovington game, Alamogordo probably had a chance to come back in that one. And not to say they couldn't have come back in this. This would have just been a much more difficult road to try and get back. Yeah, I want to say Lovington scored right before the lightning delay to take the lead in the third quarter, and we never got going again. So, we'll see what we get here. But definitely the lightning continues, and I know it'll be tough for Alamogordo, the fact they didn't get to play most of the second half, but you can't sit here and say that Los Lunas didn't deserve this win. I mean, they had a great second quarter, and so I think for Alamogordo, you certainly feel like you would have liked to have seen what the Tigers would have done if they had gotten more time, and it still may happen. Obviously, I'm seeing things that you guys aren't, unless I know they've got they might have shut off the NFHS network cameras as well at this point, but only coming down in sheets. Or I know the stadium lights always make it look a little bit worse, but it is a pretty heavy rain out there at the moment, and anybody who was trying to wait it out in the stands is gone now. It's I think there are some people on the opposite side in the opposite press box. There might be some people still here on our side of the press box, but I'm not in any hurry to run out in the rain. I can tell you that much at the moment, but it's the situation that we're in at the moment. So we'll continue to keep you updated and let you guys know what's going on. And by all means, if you want to just check in on the Facebook and let you guys know what's happening on Twitter, we'll continue to update you guys on what's happening with all of that. So unfortunate that we are sitting here in a lightning delay, but that is what's happening. I can actually find out when exactly. So I posted 22 minutes ago that we were in a lightning delay. That actually hasn't been that long. It's only been about 30 minutes or so. Not even that. But the rain isn't so much the issue. You know, it can rain, but if the lightning continues the way that it does, I don't know how long the officials. And I think they have to wait. I think on the rule that they have to try to wait this one out. And I guarantee you, teams on both sides want to come out and finish out this game. So even if it means that we get started in an hour, I'm sure that they would want to come out here and try to finish out this game and see what comes of it. So it'll just be the question of whether the weather ends up agreeing with that or not. I mean, these storms. The problem is these storms aren't moving; they just kind of build and they sit, and that's the unfortunate part of it. And we had gotten pretty lucky most of the day, at least around here, up in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. They had been having some issues with it. They got started up in Rio Rancho a little bit late. We may not be able to finish. I don't know. I think probably if you were to want one thing or the other to happen, you'd want the delay and be able to just play the game all the way through, even if it ends up going a little bit late. So that's I'm sure if you had a choice in the matter, that's what you'd probably like to end up doing. But that's where we are. And yes, I know this isn't the most enthralling stuff that is happening right now, but we got what we got. And we'll continue if we end up getting more score updates that are posted online. We'll be sure to let you guys know what's happening. Let's see. I think that's the most recent update that I've seen in the Texaco game. Cleveland's already up 21-0. Man, boy, I had that one so wrong. In every sense of the word there. Whew. We picked that on our KRSY Football Roundtable this morning and took a shot with La Cueva. I was very wrong. What you gonna do? I genuinely thought La Cueva was taking that step forward this year, but clearly it's still Cleveland in the state of New Mexico. What else we got here? Fourth quarter, St. Pius leading Highland 16-2. Volcano Vista is up on West Mesa 18-8. Socorro beat Santa Fe Indian 50-0. If that's accurate, I think it is. Still 21-12. Carlsbad up over Goddard in the third quarter. There hasn't been an update in a while, so that one may actually be getting closer to wrapping up. And I think if you go, I think what KSVP has got that one on the YouTube channel if you're interested in that. Artesia up on Hobbs 28-0. I think that was the most recent score we had on that. Tularosa has scored against Jowl, so it's 21-8 now. Jowl in front of Tularosa. So they're clawing back a little bit. Let's see if the Wildcats can maybe fight back and win that one. And other new score updates for you guys from some of the other games from around the state of New Mexico. I haven't seen a score on Franklin and Cleveland. Let me see. Some of the reporters down there have got anything on that one. If you're just tuning in, by the way, and you're wondering why I'm just talking about scores, it's 8:27 to go in the third quarter. We're in a lightning delay. It is pouring down rain moment here at the stadium, and we've occasionally heard rumbles of thunder. I haven't seen any lightning in a little bit, but Los Lunas leading this game 36-7 at the moment. Ooh, and just as I said that, there was a big lightning strike. Pretty close. As I'm sure we'll hear the thunder rumble here in just a second. Yeah, that was a close one. Let's see if we got some scores from. Let's see here. Centennial trailing 15-7 to Franklin about 28 minutes ago. Franklin was leading 15-0 after one quarter of play. Yeah, that's when I was really curious to see what was going to happen in that one. I wasn't really sure. You know, I think Centennial obviously missing a little bit from last year, and Franklin maybe a little bit better than last year. But my extreme. It's always weird when New Mexico schools play out-of-state schools, especially Texas schools. If they play El Paso, if they play, we see Clovis and Hobbs go to the Panhandle city sometimes, and Cleveland's been going out to Amarillo the last few years as well, or Amarillo's been coming to New Mexico, and we've seen that a little bit here in the last few seasons too. So sometimes hard to know what to guess on some of that. And still no action up there in the field. I do have my source, and it's David Maldonado who's going to let me know when and if this game is called. But guarantee you, we're still nowhere close to getting going again. We just had a big lightning bolt pretty close to the stadium, but I believe they have to wait it out through 3 delays. I don't know if that equates to an hour and a half, or if it just ends up being 3 delays, even if it's only an hour, and then they end up we'll definitely let you get back going on the Facebook page. So if you just want to follow along with the comments and Twitter, I mean, certainly that's fine. We're calling this the Otero Federal Credit Union, I don't know, weather delay, but / post-game show. Because I will say, once they call it, we're going to wrap things up pretty quickly. We've already run through the stats a couple of times here, and a number of other things as we've had this delay going on for just a little while. So I will say there won't be much after if it's officially called here soon. But the rain has started to die down a little bit. That's encouraging. Definitely not coming down in sheets anymore. So maybe this storm will tighten up and the lightning will subside, and we'll be able to get going again. But I will say the weather radar ain't looking great. So we'll cross our fingers that we can get started again. But at the moment, it's not looking the best. So we are at the 8:27 mark of the third quarter on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. Los Lunas leads Alamogordo 36-7. That was your halftime score. Alamogordo had driven it down inside the 10-yard line, had a 4th and goal when the game was stopped from the 7-yard line. I know they'd love to try and come back out here and do a little bit more, but we'll see. We'll come back. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019, as we have another big flash of lightning. And we'll return right after this.
Ochoa Stucco serves residential and commercial projects all throughout this wonderful community. Whether you're looking for some patching up or a complete stucco on your home or business, Ochoa Stucco has you covered. 575-442-6745. Go Tigers! It's Tiger football season. All of us at Otero Federal Credit Union are supporting the athletes and coaches, and we know they're going to have a great season. We hope you'll stop by one of our great branches and take advantage of all our services: checking, savings, vehicle loans, credit cards, and so much more. It's also simple and easy to bank with us online anytime. Download the OFCU app today or visit oterofcu.org. OFCU, your community credit union since 1953. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company. Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 1st, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Next International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
If you and your family are looking for a new home, you don't have to look far for a home mortgage. As a community bank, we not only have great rates, we offer you friendly financial service right here in the neighborhood. There are a lot of options in real estate lending. We're here to see that you get a loan you can live with. Talk to us about your home mortgage. We're an equal housing lender.
First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Custom work is what Ochoa Stucco does best. Whether you need an estimate for your home or business, you won't find better quality work anywhere. Contact Ochoa Stucco today. Like them on Facebook, 575-442-6745. Go Tigers!
Tularosa Communication is now offering the smart Wi-Fi with built-in network security and enhanced parental controls. Do you have kids at home that you want to protect from overexposure on the internet? Block content, set internet time limits, or app and website restrictions for each family member in the house. Get notified when you have a network intrusion and reroute bandwidth to devices that matter the most, all from an app on your phone. Take control of your internet with Tularosa Communications. Visit tularosa.net or call 585-2700 for more information.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in New Mexico.
This message presented by the NMAA and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
Well, the Lightning got just a little bit closer here. It knocked out the stadium lights and all the power here just a second ago. We do have the scoreboard back on. I don't know if the stadium lights are going to come back on, and I don't know if they've officially. Okay, the game has officially been called. All right. So here on the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show, it is Los Lunas 30, Alamogordo 7. Real quickly, quick final stats for Alamogordo. Rushing, Avion Valdez, 16 carries for 58 yards. Anthony Audette with 10 carries for 66 yards and a touchdown. Elijah Montoya was 4 for 9 for 56 yards passing. The catches, Jason Warren had a catch for 14 yards. DeAndre Martin a catch for 24 yards. And then 2 catches for 17 yards for Michael Gonzalez on the night. Extra point for Aiden Vasquez, and that will do it. All right, so your final score on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, Los Lunas 30. Weather, as Los Lunas will improve to 2-0. Alamogordo drops to 1-1, and will be at home for homecoming for the Tigers next week. The Lightning just a little close. Yeah, I just got a text from David Maldonado, game over. So once again, Los Lunas gets the win 36-7. We appreciate you tuning in with us tonight. Unfortunately, we didn't get to finish this game, but we appreciate, again, all of our great sponsors here on your Tiger football, Tiger Sports here on Alamo Sports and Talk. This has been the Otero Federal Credit Union post-game show as the Tigers fall to Los Lunas 36-7 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to KRSY 1230 AM, 101.9 FM, and we hope you have a great rest of your
No roadblocks are scheduled today on Highway 70, 54 South, or 380. For the latest roadblock information, the number to call, 575-678-1178. Tonight's forecast is calling for partly cloudy skies, 30% chance of showers in Alamogordo, low of 68, Cloudcroft, low of 48. For tomorrow, mostly sunny, becoming partly cloudy, 20% chance of afternoon showers. Alamogordo tomorrow, high of 90, low of 68. For Cloudcroft, high of 74, low of 48.
The next disaster is coming. The time